October 20th, 2025. Daily Bread. Passage: Acts chapter 20 verse 1 to 12. Key verse. Verse 10. Title: The words of God must not put us to sleep. After the uproar ceased, Paul sent for the disciples, and after encouraging them, he said farewell and departed for Macedonia. When he had gone through those regions and had given them much encouragement, he came to Greece. There he spent 3 months, and when a plot was made against him by the Jews as he was about to set sail for Syria, he decided to return through Macedonia. So Peter the Berean, son of Pyrrhus, accompanied him, and of the Thessalonians Aristarchus and Secundus, and Gaius of Derbe, and Timothy, and the Asians Tychicus and Trophimus. These went on ahead and were waiting for us at Troas. But we sailed away from Philippi after the days of unleavened bread, and in 5 days we came to them at Troas, where we stayed for 7 days. On the first day of the week, when we were gathered together to break bread, Paul talked with them, intending to depart on the next day, and he prolonged his speech until midnight. There were many lamps in the upper room where we were gathered. And a young man named Eutychus, sitting at the window, sank into a deep sleep as Paul talked still longer. And being overcome by sleep, he fell down from the 3rd story and was taken up dead. But Paul went down and bent over him, and taking him in his arms said, "Do not be alarmed, for his life is in him." And when Paul had gone up and had broken bread and eaten, he conversed with them a long while, until daybreak, and so departed. And they took the youth away alive, and were not a little comforted. Daily Bread Message. Paul's extensive third missionary journey throughout Macedonia and Achaia is covered in 6 short verses before his return to Troas in Asia Minor. Formerly, he had hoped to reach Jerusalem sooner, but now he hoped to arrive there for Pentecost. Paul stayed in Troas 7 days despite his plans because he felt the need to meet with the believers. He wanted to break bread with them as the Lord had commanded, which they customarily did on the first day of week. Initially, he intended to leave the next day, which compelled him to give a longer sermon. He kept on talking until midnight. Seated in a window, a young man named Eutychus sank into a deep sleep, fell to the ground from the 3rd story, and was picked up dead. Paul's sense of urgency to proclaim the gospel of the kingdom that gives eternal life greatly contrasted with the young man's disinterest in spiritual matters. Granted, the situation was not favorable to the young man. Long hours, warmth, and poor air circulation, yet what happened to him still serves as a warning against sleepy saints. And God was gracious to him that he was brought back to life by Paul. Prayer. Father, help me spiritually stay alert and vigilant. One word. Watch and pray.